Alrighty, attention in the pits. All racers, report to the staging lanes. The show's about to start.
Good evening, everybody. We started early.
We're going to start a little early tonight because we got to tear this engine apart and take a look at it. We're not going to completely tear it down, but we are going to have a look inside and see what's going on. Right now, we got a big peak hole, but we can't see really that well inside there, so we're going to pop the pan off tonight and take a look inside. But, so, let's do a little recap, son. How did all this develop?
Well, hold on a second. I thought my wife adjusted the camera better than this. I should have checked that. That's my fault. I got to make it brighter.
Oh, okay. Amy's in there getting you. I heard her. It's okay. He took the blame, Jaime.
I took the blame. I should have checked it.
Yep, you are the captain, so that's your fault.
Yep. And then make this come down a little bit better. Sorry, everybody. I know it's starting early, and I was caught off guard. I'm excited. I want to see the damage.
I don't want to see the damage. I didn't want to see it at the racetrack either.
Well, yeah, but you know, you gotta do it sometime.
No, no. I've never blown an engine up before. This would be the first for me.
There, that's better. Can you guys see us now?
Let's hope.
All right. So disclaimer: everything was my fault. I over-revved.
Well, not necessarily, but we're going to go into all that. So let's start from the beginning and do a recap of how the weekend went. Let's do that.
Well, the weekend actually, in my opinion, went well.
It went really well, I thought.
So just to give you guys a little bit of background before we get too far into it, I've never raced a car like this. I've rode in cars like this with my dad and everything, but I've never personally driven a car like this. And there was a lot of things that were unknown for me, as in how the car is going to perform, as in when to shift, how to do a burnout, there's a lot of things that I was not used to, because the fastest car I've raced was my pickup truck, and it was a 84 Chevy C10. And that thing only went 14 flat. And that was a very mild built engine.
Now you drove Grandpa's car.
Oh, that's right. Last year I drove Grandpa's car, but that I just left it in drive.
Right.
And that went 11 seconds. So there was a transmission brake that I love, found out that I like that a lot. And just the car itself just launched beautifully. So the very first time that we were going up, my dad's giving me, pointers on, you gotta do a burnout, you gotta get the RPMs up, you have to, make sure the car's pointing straight, that kind of stuff. So I was a little nervous at first because you don't know what to be scared of. You don't know what's going to happen. So it kind of makes you.
I always say you don't know what you don't know.
I was more pumped up. I wasn't really like scared. It was just nerves, and I was like excited to get in the car. So I go do a burnout. It got up to the rev limiter very quick. But I did a nice burnout, I thought, for the very first time.
And he did really, really well.
So when I did that burnout, the car went straight as the tires started grabbing. As it got hot, you feel the car starting to pull forward. Even though I was on the brake, it started pulling forward. So I let off the brake and I just let it go, and it was like, boom. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be awesome. So I get up and I foot brake the first pass. I brought it up to 2,000 RPM. and launched the car at about half throttle, and it lifted up the front end. Now, it didn't pick tires up off the ground. It just lifted the front end up. The front end of this car has a lot of travel. So I lifted the front end up, but it went straight. And I carried it half throttle for about almost 1/8 mile. And then I floored it, just seeing what would happen. From my experience of seeing stuff and hearing stuff, if you're going to break traction, it's going to be about the 1/8 mile mark when you floor it. So I floored it, and the car just acted like, finally, you gave me something, and it took off. And I think I went 11.
I think it was 11:09 or something. I don't remember.
Yeah. Jamie, bring me those time slips if you can, please. So
that was the very first pass.
That was the very first
him,
pass.
I told him take it easy because, you know, he's never been in a car like that. And I didn't want him to hurt himself. So, you know, until you know, you don't know. And a big tire car, and I'm sure some of the guys watching tonight, they know what a big tire car is and how it reacts out coming out of the burnout box. And if you don't have the thing staged straight down the track with a spool and big tires, it's going to go wherever it's pointed. So if it picks front end up, if you're pointed at the tree, that's where you're going to go. You're not going to be able to correct it because the spool is not going to allow you to do that. So he did good. He had the car all lined up, had it lined up just the way he should, and when it launched, it went straight down the racetrack, and he did really, really well.
So that's the first run Saturday. Very first run right here.
So that was your very first pass.
Yes. All right. So I was very pleased with the car. Car went straight. Beautiful. I mean, Norwalk is the best track in Ohio, probably on the East Coast, honestly, in my opinion. The track is perfect. It has traction. It's just a beautiful track. So we get back to the pits. I was running in the pro class for Pontiac Nationals. And so we were doing time trials at that point. And this is Friday morning. What time was it?
It was probably Friday morning.
It was Friday morning or maybe beginning of the afternoon. It was 1:05.
Yep, 1 p.m.
So it was 1 o'clock.
Oh, you know what? We didn't get started till late that day.
Oh, that's right, because of the rain. Yep.
Yeah, so normally you would have started around 9 a.m.
Yep. So we waited for the next time. So as we go back to the staging lanes, my dad said, all right, let's do a full throttle, half track pass. I said, okay. Did another burnout, felt great. I brake torqued it again, and this is the second pass.
So he's been leaving with foot brake, no tranny
no
brake.
trans brake, and I brought it up to 2,500 on this one. And again, lifted the front end, not the tires, just the front end up.
No, it pulled the tire on this one.
It did pull the tire on this one? Oh, okay.
Yep. And it had a 155 60 foot. The other one only had a 170 60 foot.
Yeah, so I actually went full throttle, I think a little bit past half track, and then I let out a little bit at the end.
And it went 1106.
And it went 1106.
But it only went 113 mile an hour on that pass.
Yep. So again, everything felt great. I could not have been happier with the car. So then, this is, third run. So the third run, I can't remember now. I think I still brake torqued. I think I brake torqued every pass on Friday.
And he had a pretty killer light. It went a -001, so he barely red lit. But your 60 foot didn't do as well on this one. It was 167.
Oh, okay. That's the light that I cut a really good light on. That was when I was using the tranny brake, but I didn't fully trust it.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't floor it. I don't even know what it was at, honestly, because I was trying to look. So the tach was behind the steering wheel, and I wish I could get the stupid video that I got from inside the car to flip around to show you guys. But with my hand right here on the steering wheel, the tach was right here. And so I could only see a certain amount of RPM. So I couldn't tell where I was launching at on that run because I was trying to figure out the transmission brake, and then by the time I got the transmission brake button held down, I look up and the lights started going. So I was like, oh crap. So and I'm shocked. That's probably the only reason why I cut a good light, is because I was like, I'm just letting go.
Nope, you did good.
So
Need to do that again, but on the other side of the red.
yeah. So the car went, I think that was a horrible 60. Yeah, it was a 1.6.
Yeah, 167, almost a 168.
But I didn't get into it towards the end of the track again. So Friday was me getting used to the car day.
Yep.
So then Saturday came. Or no, this is Friday again. This is when I got eliminated. Still went a 10.9 though.
So you were still kind of getting used to the car.
Yep.
Yeah, you went a 1096, had a 163/60 foot, and your reaction time sucked, but your mile an hour was way up.
All my reaction times sucked after that.
A perfect reaction time for the guys that don't drag race is .000. It used to be .50, but they changed the way they do it now. So when I used to race, it was .500 was a perfect light. Now .000 is a perfect light.
Yep.
And that's why he had a .001 minus, which is
no,
that was green.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a perfect light there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could do that every time, you'd win.
I'd win everything.
Right.
So I had the nerves worked out. The car, I felt really good about the car. We drove home that night. We didn't stay at the track. We drove home that night. My dad and I talked about things. And this is where we started running into my feedback to my dad, and my dad's just going off of my feedback. And we started with how I should launch the car, where I should shift the car, what tune, like timing change or jet change or anything that we did to the carburetor, which we did not do. We only changed the timing.
We only bumped the timing 2 degrees. That was the only tuning we did all weekend.
But so my dad's just going off of what I'm telling him, all right? So every time that I shifted the car, I would say on Saturday, other than one time, I hit the rev limiter.
And for anybody that drag races, you know what I'm talking about. When you hit the rev limiter, it slows you down about a mile an hour and a half, and usually a tenth and a half. So, I mean, that's huge.
So Saturday morning, we get there right off rip. Yep, right off rip. I was like one of the, I don't know, first 8 cars to go down the track.
Yep.
And so my dad and Brandon bumped the timing up 2 degrees. I got in the car, got in staging lanes, and I told myself I'm going to floor it on the training brake. I'm going to floor it all the way down the track and see what happens, and I'm going to try to hit my shift points. So this was the best pass that I had in this car so far. And I went a 1070 at 123 mile an hour. That was the very first pass on Saturday.
And so now what's going on here that I didn't know, you know, he's telling me he's hitting the rev limiter, and the rev limiter is adjustable inside the car. And we started out at what, 6,600?
64.
6,400.
And the shift light's at 66.
So I know how fast my engine's rev, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe we just need to bump it up just a little bit. So and like he just said, the shift light comes on at 6,600. So technically, he would have been against the rev limiter if he was going by the TAC, because the rev limiter is set at 64, the TAC is set up to shift at 66, and by the time you actually shift the transmission, it's closer to 67 or 68.
Yep.
And so we were hitting the rev limiter pretty hard.
Yeah.
And went a 1070, but he had a 149/60 foot, and that's pretty good for that heavy of a car.
Yeah.
So I was real pleased to see that, but the mile an hour is still kind of down on the car, but when you hit the rev limiter, it's going to kill mile an hour.
And not only did I hit it on first to second, but I hit it on second to third as well.
Yeah, so it went a 1070 at almost 124 mile an hour, bumping the rev limiter twice. And so we're talking, you know, that's probably 3 mile an hour and at least 2/10, maybe 3. So I told him, okay, so what was the pass after this?
So
I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
the next pass after this was a 1075
Okay.
and a 1522 60-foot.
And so what he did on this pass was he tried to figure out why he was bumping a rev limiter.
Yep. So I shifted soon.
He shifted earlier, okay? And we still went pretty close to the same mile an hour, 1075, and he won his round, which was good.
Yep.
And his reaction time was a 609 light compared to the other guy was a 614 bulb. So he beat him out of the tree. Well, you had half a tenth of that because it comes down half seconds.
Oh, okay.
So it's 0.109 on your
Time
ticket,
slip.
but it's actually 0.609. So anyways, hit 152 60-foot, which is good. And he tried to shift it a little bit sooner so it wouldn't hit the rev limiter, but I think he still did, didn't you?
Only on the second to third.
Yeah, second to third or
No, the first to second, I shifted it like 5,500.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and it went a 1075, almost 124. So we're pretty consistent. That's not bad. We went a 1070 so far and a 1075 at close to 124 mile an hour.
So then came back. My dad asked me what did I do differently, and I said, well, I shifted soon. I was trying to not hit the rev limiter on that run, and I shifted it. It was like 5,000, 5,200. My dad said, well, try shifting at the shift light.
You mean 6,200?
No, it was in the 5,000s.
Wow, you shifted way earlier.
Yes.
Then. Okay. I didn't realize you were shifting that low.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my dad said, well, let's try shifting at the shift light. And I said, well, it hits the rev limiter. So we both decided, okay, well, if you're hitting the rev limiter, let's turn it up to the 68, because it goes by 400 increments.
Is that what it was?
Yep.
Okay.
So I bumped it up to 68. So we went for the third pass, and I went on training break again and floored it, and we went 11. Oh.
No, you went a 1082.
1082. But that time I shifted it and hit the rev limiter again on first to second and second to third.
So again, we had a 149 60-foot, and his reaction time wasn't terrible, but it wasn't as good as the other guy. The other guy won.
Yep.
He had a 009 bulb, and Brandon had a 119 bulb, which is roughly, what is that, 1/10 of a second. So that's a lot. But anyway, so, but the mile an hour was down. It went a 122 with a 3.
Yep.
All right, and so you bumped the rev limiter in second gear or third?
Both gears on that one.
Okay, so that's probably what killed the mile an hour.
Yep. Bumped the rev limiter on both shifts. So I was done for that day. That was eliminations.
And that was 6,800?
That was 66.
66.
But the rev limiter was 6 to 68. Set to
Okay.
68.
All right.
So on the way home, we're talking again, and we both came to the agreement, well, maybe this engine wants a little bit more RPM. So we decided, okay, let's put it up to, it was 7,200, I think, the final. Yeah, 7,200.
7,200, yep.
Was the final one that we went to, and that was our final pass. And that was Sunday morning, and I had a weird burnout, and the car stalled on me, actually, at the starting line. That should have been my first clue to I should have just not even turned it back on.
Back out.
I should have just said, you know what, it was a time trial. We knew the car was going to do 1070s. I should have just said, you know what, let's check everything over. But I still wanted to figure the car out, so I finally got the start back up. Had oil pressure.
You have that video before we send it?
Send it to the email. I had oil pressure. It revved okay. I thought, okay, maybe I just flooded it. Highly doubtful, but it was a really weird
It
burnout.
stalled like the floats were sticking or something, and and it flooded the engine is what it did after he did his burnout. He did a killer burnout. The burnout was like probably a 7,000 RPM burnout.
Yeah, it was up there.
Oh, yeah, you
So,
were up there.
So I got it started, staged the car again, and this time we took the chip out for the trans brake.
Yeah, because it's what they call a two-step. So you have a rev limiter for when the tranny brake's on so that the engine will only go so high. And then once you release the button, it's got another rev limiter, which is the one that he's talking about all the time.
So I was trying to get the car to launch at 4,000 RPM while holding the button. And I wasn't completely 100% used to the trans brake as it was. So I'm doing that, trying to juggle both those things. And when I launched the car, I didn't floor it right off rip. I let go of the button, and then the car started going, obviously, because I'm at 4,000 RPM. But then when it started moving, then I floored it. So then when I floored it, it either, it just shot up, or I broke traction. I don't think I broke traction, though, because it felt like it launched pretty good. I think the RPMs just went up real quick, and by the time that I hit for the shift light, it went up to 7,000 RPM and blew the engine. And that's what this run is.
Yeah. So the moral of the story is Pontiac engines don't like 7,000 RPM unless they got a really big port. So we don't know for sure. We still don't know. Maybe a rod bolt came loose. Maybe a rod bolt broke. Every time that we would make a pass, I would always listen to the engine. And because I've been around this stuff for a very long time, and I can identify a bearing or a lifter or whatever. And I mean, I hear it immediately. And when he left the pits to go up to make this pass, the engine sounded great.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have told him, shut it off, bring it back. We wouldn't go up to the lanes. But it sounded good. So I thought, okay, cool. Let's go see what this thing will do. Yep. And I anticipated a 1050 pass this time.
I was anticipating that too.
So anyhow, the 60-foot was bad. 160, or no, is that a 151 or 161?
I think it was a 161. Yeah, I was on the left lane.
Yeah, I know, but is that
That's
a
1.6?
Okay.
Yep.
So 161 60-foot, and then all hell broke loose from there, and it just died. The pass was a 1658, but it was aborted. And 28 mile an hour.
Yep. And it was aborted by the engine.
Yeah, the engine decided to shut everything off. And fortunately, it looks like to me, I mean, looking inside the hole in the oil pan, we might have got lucky, and maybe we can still save the valve train pieces and that kind of stuff. So, and even maybe the crankshaft. If it didn't bend the crank, we're good.
Yeah.
I'll get it ground.
So whenever all hell broke loose, I shifted into second, and as soon as I shifted, it grenaded. And so whenever it blew up, it literally, honest to God, it sounded like a backfire. It wasn't even loud. It didn't jerk the car. I was doing probably close to 80 mile an hour when it happened.
And it just popped and shut off.
It just popped, shut off, or I shut it off, because as soon as it popped, I reached down because I was like, that ain't good. And I went and I hit the kill switch.
Right.
So, because I was trying to prevent damage, because we have a lot of Belzona in these heads. So it could have been, something as minor as that, really.
Yeah, we were almost kind of hoping that the epoxy let loose a little bit and it was smoking from that.
Yep.
But whenever I seen it happen, the amount of smoke that came out of the car, when we were chasing him with the golf cart, I said to his wife, I said, I think the engine blew. So.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I got all that under control, and the smoke was behind me still, I look in the rearview mirror and I see all the smoke, and I go, oh, shit.
Yeah, there was a lot of smoke.
So I instantly pulled over to the side of the track, like you're supposed to, and I stopped the car, and I get it into neutral at least, and I started assessing the situation. Well, as I'm sitting there, smoke started filling up inside the car, and I'm like, oh, shit, I'm on fire. So I hurry up, and I get out of the car, and by the time I got out of the car and I turned around to look inside the car again, the smoke died down. So I was like, okay, good, we're not on fire. So I went behind the car, turned power off, And then I looked underneath, and there was a big puddle of oil everywhere. The whole back of the car was covered in oil.
So yes, we were the ones
Yes.
early in the day to oil down the racetrack, and we're sorry, fellas. You know what? Because it took an hour to clean that mess up.
But I still did not shut the track down for as long as the other guy did.
Yeah, well, it was just a day for blow-ups.
Yeah.
They had a transmission or rear end blow up right after he blew up. And then right after that guy blew up, another guy blew up with a S10 pickup, and he oiled the track.
Yeah, he did. I don't think he pulled off to the side.
No, I don't think he did either. So whenever if you do think that you blew your engine, you immediately get the car stopped as quick as you can without wrecking it, and get off to the side of the track so that it's not in the lane where everybody's running down through there. Because that's courtesy. That's racer etiquette, and it's courtesy.
Yep.
And if you don't do that, then whenever they come out to clean up the mess, they ream your ass.
And I still got it reaming.
Yeah. He got his ass reamed, and he shut it down pretty quick, but he still got his ass reamed.
Yep. Because, at that point, when oil's going behind you, now the car, I never lost control of the car, but sometimes you can get oil on the slicks, and that's like driving on ice.
Oh, it's worse than driving on ice. It's like driving slicks on oil.
Yeah. So I didn't go over to the wall immediately because I didn't want to put the car into the wall.
Right.
So, there's probably a good, I don't know, I'd say probably 25 foot that I was on the track.
Which isn't bad.
No.
Slowing down from about 80, 90 mile an hour, that ain't bad.
So, and I got it off to the side. And my wife and I just bought a Tiger Tail the day before, put it on the car, and they confiscated it for my oil down.
That was their trophy for cleaning up the mess.
Yep.
So, but you know what? All in all, everything went really, really well. He didn't get hurt. The car didn't get flipped up on its roof. And yeah, the engine came apart, but, and we're going to find out tonight. We're going to pull the pan off of it and take a look inside and see what's going on. And so we're going to do just like everybody else does, because Brandon Deavy's my guy that works for me. We're going to blame it on the engine builder.
That's right.
And everybody blames the engine builder no matter what. You know what? They can go out and run the shit out of that thing, rev it to $8 grand in a burnout box and blow it up, but it's always the engine builder's fault. Why? I don't know, but that's just the way it works.
Yep, not me. I knew that I had to get the shifting down, and I think we didn't bring any chips with us, so we were trying to make do with what we had. And
yeah, so unfortunately we were on a cram schedule, and you know what? And this is typical Norwalk Pontiac Nationals. I don't know why it ends up being this way. Every year it's like this, but I'm trying to get everything ready. The trailer tires we had to change because they were all dry rotted because we hadn't seen or used a trailer in a few years. What else went out?
Your radiator blew out.
The radiator blew out in my Suburban.
And then your battery died.
The day that I'm getting ready to take the car or take the golf cart to the track. Then my trailer lights didn't work on my little trailer for the one I'm taking the golf cart up there on. And so I had to stay up till 11 o'clock that night rewiring the trailer. Well, and apparently because I had the trailer plugged into the Suburban and the lights, and it wasn't running, and the lights from the trailer and the truck drained the battery. So I get up the next morning at 5:30 in the morning to go get everybody, and my truck won't start because the battery's dead. So I had to charge the battery before we go to the track. And then there was something else happened too. I don't remember now. I mean, it's just a chain of events, and it is a major struggle to get to the racetrack. And everybody always says to me, why aren't you racing all the time? I don't want to kill myself like that every weekend. I did it before when I was younger. I don't want to do that no more. It's not fun. You know, it would be different if everything went smooth and nothing, you know, everything was in the trailer already, and we did it all the time, and, you know, the tools were in there. And that's the other thing. You got to pack all your tools. You got to pack coolers. You got to pack the awnings. You got to pack lawn chairs. There's so many things on that list that you got to remember to do. And half of them you forget anyway. So,
yep.
It just, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. It just, that's the reason why I don't get to race as much as I used to, because I'm very busy with the business. And that takes a lot of my time, and that takes precedence over the race car because that's what pays the bills. That's what's going to pay for a new engine.
But on the flip side of that, though, we got to see a lot of our viewers
Yes, we
at
did.
the track, which was awesome.
That was totally awesome. Thank you guys for all stopping by. That was fun.
And we sold some shirts to help get our name out more.
Yep, we sold a few shirts. Nothing crazy, but we sold a few.
So we made it. We made good on our promise because we told you guys we're going to make it to the track, and we did.
Yes, we did.
And
actually, the engine performed really, really well.
Yes.
From the little bit of data I got and all the screw-ups and all the misshifts and all the things that because I've got so many years of experience of racing, because when I raced, I was at the track 3-4 days a week. If the track was open, I was there. And so I learned a lot whenever I was younger, and it's paying off now because what I learned when I was doing it when I was younger, I can tell you right now, this engine is sitting behind me right now. The way it sits on pump gas would probably run 1040s, 1050s at like 128 mile an hour. And that car weighs 3,700 pounds. So that's typical weight for your typical street car. It's not a lightweight. It would be like what your Le Mans or old GTO or Firebird. It's actually a little heavier than a Firebird. And so, you know, there's a lot of potential sitting here. And these are factory iron heads that we did wide port, and we did a lot of work to them, and I epoxied the shit out of them. But you know what? It's still an iron head, a factory iron head, and you only have so much real estate to work with there.
Yep.
So you know what? I'm real pleased with the results that we got. I think that the car performed flawlessly. More importantly, my son did not get hurt, and he had a lot of fun, and he learned fast. I mean, the first day, I kind of put reins on him. I didn't want him to hurt himself. Yep. Or wreck the. Phil told you the camera went off.
No, but
You know he's gonna, I'll tell you. So, anyways, you know, he learned rapidly. So it must be in his genes, and he did really, really well. So the next time we go out, actually, Dad's going to drive it first.
Yep.
And then once I get a feel for the engine and know where to shift it at and everything and how to launch it, then I'm going to turn him loose in it again and tell him what to do and let him have at it. So.
Oh, yeah, because it was a blast, especially that I love the trans brake. I love that. The front wheels go up, and you're just like, oh, yeah, this is great. And then it comes down nice and slow and just does one little bounce. Not really a bounce, just goes like this and comes back up a little bit because the engine's just there, and you're just hauling ass then.
Yep. 10-second car is not a sissy, that's for sure. I mean, you know, we're eventually gonna work this car down into low 9s. Right now, my goal is with this engine, I want to get it in the low 10s, maybe high 9s, and so. We're going to freshen the engine after this and see what we got to do to make it stronger and more durable. But
we need to put a bigger head on it. I want to shift to 7,000.
That's going to be the Ram Air 5 head. We're not going to do that with these. So
that's where I'm comfortable at, 7,000.
Yeah, apparently. The engine's not, though. You got to quit that.
You know what? Put me in the Top Fuel Dragster. They don't have a transmission.
Yeah, you're right. They got a clutch and direct drive.
I just want to hit the go pedal.
So I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but the connecting rod came out of the engine at such force. That's just the cap that came off.
Yeah, here's the cap.
And
now
you know
cap.
what? Some of you guys did mention it turned black, and you're right. It did turn black, but we don't know why yet.
I don't know how well that's coming in on it or not.
Because
but if you just take these nicks out, it's still usable.
Yeah. I'll let you use it in your engine.
Just be bird.
So, you know, a lot of you made a good point. Whenever you see it turn black like that in blue, it's because of heat. Now, did one of the bolts break? Did one of the bolts back out because it didn't get torqued? I don't know. We're going to find out here in a minute. It's looking like when you look inside, the rod journal looks absolutely beautiful. So I'm wondering if you know, on that pass, because it didn't like the RPM, it spun the bearing and broke the bolt. I don't know. We're going to find out here in a minute.
Yep.
But anyhow, the rod is literally wedged into the, it blew a hole in the frame.
Yep.
And is wedged into the frame. It's still in the frame right now.
I can't get it out.
My son tried to get it out. We're going to have to get a big sledge.
Jason tried, I tried. We had pry bars on it. We were hitting it with a hammer. It's in the frame. It might just have to stay there permanently.
No, we're getting it out. But I've never seen that before, ever. I mean, you know what? I've seen a lot of guys blow up engines, and I've never seen that. I've seen clutches come through the roof.
And what's really funny is the fact that this cap was sitting, so the steering linkage bar that goes across your cross member there, it was sitting right on top.
You're talking about the drag link?
Yeah, the drag link.
The center link?
The center link of it. This was sitting in between that and the center, like sitting on the frame just like that.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't see the rod in the frame at the racetrack.
I didn't either.
That's crazy. It was hiding from us.
It was pushed up into the pan. So as soon as you start picking it up, it was dropping down.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's technically still inside the engine.
Yeah. With a big hole.
Yeah. And some of you guys seen the hole that I shared the picture of.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think what we need to do is we need to pop the pan off this thing. What do you think?
Yep, I think so too.
All right. I'm going to grab another beer and let's do it. Let's get her done.
So, like I said, the cap came off out one side of the block. It came out the passenger side, which blew a smaller hole. And there's actually two holes, so there's another piece missing somewhere. But
well, we still had the piston in the engine.
Pull that down a little bit to drown out some of it. Just get it washed away from the sunlight.
Washed away from the sunlight.
Yeah.
Well, what does that have to do with the sound?
No, the light is washing you guys away.
It's washing the
bright.
view.
Gotcha.
It's making our picture bright.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, but I did see the guy whenever I was watching him clean up my mess. He did pick up a chunk of something in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It was a piece of connecting rod. When we got up on the race car, this guy, one of the cleanup crew or the track crew, he's yelling at me at first because we're not supposed to be on the track.
Just try and make as minimal mess as possible.
Okay. I'm hoping that the block's okay. We're gonna find out here in a minute, but hopefully it's okay. What are you trying to do here?
Hold on, pick it up. It's getting stuck on the block or the bolt on the back.
All right.
You gotta move it forward a little bit.
What bolt's that?
The bolt that's on the actual motor engine mount.
Good.
A little bit more.
All right, coming in.
It's not moving. Might have to pick it up the cherry picker.
That or pry it forward with a pry bar. Take that pry bar and see if you can pry it.
Oh, there we go.
That might have done it.
All right.
Zoom in on this a little bit more.
Well, we got this camera too. I'm going to switch to it here in a second.
Okay, this one's really.
Whoa.
I heard pieces,
I
parts.
heard pieces.
What's amazing is the rod right next to it looks like it's still intact and doesn't look like anything is wrong.
You are definitely making a mess.
You know, that's a good sign that that's water. Yeah. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Nope.
Not gonna hurt a thing.
All right, so
All right,
let me
so
switch
look at that.
cameras.
That's a little hole.
Yeah.
Over here's a big hole, and there's a whole bunch of little dings in here like pimples.
So we are on number 2. All right.
Pull it down just a little bit.
Well,
The
I'm gonna
suspense is
hold
killing
it.
me here, son. Oh, you know what? There's a hole here too. I didn't see that hole.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
the original one that we saw before the big one.
Oh yeah, that rod, it's beat up.
Is it?
Yeah. Yep. Man, I hope our cam and everything's okay. let's keep all our bolts in a box. We got a box. That way we know where they're at and we put it back together. Because it's going back together. Well, I see that, you know what? I'll tell you what, it did not touch the block here.
No?
Nope.
That's good.
It hit the backside of this edge.
Can I get my bolt lady to take care of the bolts?
I'm trying to box. Calm yourself.
Wow, I think we might have lucked out big time.
Well, you know, it stopped pretty fast.
Very abruptly.
Yes.
From 7,000 RPM.
Almost to a dead stop.
Yeah, beat up the rod next to it pretty good.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yep, I see now.
All right, guys, it's going to be cool to see what we got in here, but it don't look near as bad as what it does on the outside.
Hey, babe, give me a hammer out of the drawer, please. Oh, you know what? Right here's one. I got to hammer the,
Got to do a little body work.
the expanded part of the oil pan back in.
Ah, man, I'll tell you what, that's going to make me real happy we didn't hurt our heads.
Well, I tried my best not to. You know,
There is water in this port.
is there?
Yeah. Is this camera on or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
That camera's on right now. It needs to be pointed down a little bit.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
We're gonna need a little body work over here too. I think we're good. Well, we're
Alright.
taking this apart, fellas. You know what? I get people that bust my balls all the time because we don't use lock washers on the pan bolts. I never have. You don't need to. The factory doesn't do it. Why do I have to do it? All you have to do is you got to make sure and snug up your bolts once in a while.
All right, you guys ready?
Oh boy, can they see with this camera?
Yep.
All right.
If not, my wife should be telling
I ain't
me.
grabbing that. That thing looks like it's gonna hurt you.
It does look mean.
I tell you what, when you do it good.
I try my best.
Well, don't try so hard next time, okay?
Well,
Let's not have it next time, okay?
Yeah, right? Now remember, there's a pickup on there, yep. Ooh, that ain't good. That's bearing material right there. You know what's amazing was there's very minimal bearing material, so this had to happen like on that pass. Because the engine didn't make any noise.
honestly, right there's the biggest part of the damage.
Yep.
So let me get you guys in here. Put your peepers on this.
So the only block damage we really have is right there. Unless we see something whenever we flip it over on the bottom side here, but it don't look like it.
So right there's the piston is almost at the top.
Yep.
And it snapped the rod in half.
Yep, it broke
like
the
we
rod.
already knew.
And look at the rod journal. It did turn it black.
Yep. Scolded it a little bit.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's gonna have to be ground. We might be able to save that crank though. That'd be nice, but look at that rod bolt.
Yep. It got chewed up a little bit.
Yep.
A little bit?
Yeah, that ain't bad.
No, that ain't bad at all. Actually, the damage is very, very, very minimal.
The
It
back
did-
side of the piston, or the rod here, got a little bit of damage. Sorry guys, trying to get the best shot for you.
It did not look, it does not look like it hurt the cam, or there's a little something on that cam lobe right there. I can't tell what it is.
Which one?
It might be light. It might be a reflection.
No.
Yeah, I don't think the cam got hurt. So that cam I ordered today, we can either use it or sell it.
All right.
James McDonald said, I like how you're wiping down the oil pan like you're going to reuse it.
We are going to reuse it.
Yeah, we're just gonna hammer it back in, weld some patches on it. Actually, we can put some oil
Those are
return lines.
battle wounds. I'm telling you right now, them are staying. We're leaving that on there. No, I tell you what, I am very, very surprised.
Now,
And so here's our bearing clearance. Check this out. So we know our bearing clearance was good. We had .0038, which is 3,800ths is what that is. Okay. So on that main, this one had 3.7. This one had 3.45.
and that one's covered up.
Oh,
there
look at that. Look at
there's
that.
the
Another
bolt.
souvenir. That bolt just snapped right off. Look at
What's
that.
that? Is that the jacket that goes inside the rod cap?
Where the hell did that come from?
Is
Oh, that's from the rod. That's a dowel pin for the rod.
because right here's the other one.
Yep. Yeah, so we got our dowel pin for our rod and our rod bolt, which is broke off. Now we got to find the other rod bolt because that's still missing.
That might have been what came out of the oil pan on that smaller hole.
It might have. It might be laying on the racetrack still.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he probably took it with my tiger tail.
Yeah,
So
bastard.
this right here just has material on it. So these are all good.
Yeah, so we only need 2 connecting rods.
And the
Those all free?
yep.
Yeah. So all our bearings are good on the rest of the rod journal. So this was not an oiling issue. This was a part failure, is what this was. And I'm hoping that it did not bend the crankshaft.
Which
We'll check it.
honestly, underneath here is a big gold. Big gold.
Failure from the over-revving or
See it?
No, from
like
it
actual, like, just a
from
part
it making
failure?
the rod go stage left, because it pushed the rod right out of the engine. Yeah, I hope we can save that crank. It's a brand new crankshaft. It's a forged. I don't know if this is a Molnar or if it's a Scat. So this was a parts failure. So now let's discuss that. Now my son did over rev this. So would have it failed if we didn't over rev it? I don't know. It's a possibility.
Well, there's video. So remember how you were telling me, if there's a rod bearing problem, your
Yeah.
oil pressure is going to fluctuate 20 pounds.
Yes. So
Now-
let me give you guys a little tip on that. So what I told my son, if you take and bring your RPMs up to about 2,000, 2,500 and your oil pressure is doing this, you got a rod bearing problem. And so you need to shut the engine down, don't race it anymore. Now a little fluctuation is normal, but if it moves back and forth about 10 to 15 PSI, you have a rod bearing going bad.
That's why I really want to get the video to play, because
But you guys can see this is a 2-bolt main block. We do have ARP
Yep.
studs in it. This does have a forged crankshaft in. It's got forged H-beam connecting rods. It's got a fairly heavy piston. We're using a DSS piston, which is a pretty heavy piston. But it's not like as heavy as a TRW. I mean, it's not overly heavy. But yeah, we got a lot of shrapnel there.
oh yeah.
And so far, what I can see of the camshaft, it don't look bad. So that's a great thing.
Yep.
And so the next thing we got to do is find out if our head is
I
hurt.
think it was a blessing that either A, I shut it off or it shut itself off.
Yeah.
I don't know which was what. I'm going to assume it shut itself off because it threw the rod right into the frame. And it probably hit against the crank right up here and
It
stopped it.
beat that journal up bad on this side. We can't see it. I mean, it
Well,
almost
you
made it egg
Take
shape.
the wrench and turn it over.
Which, this one?
Yep.
Let's take a look. Let's have a look-see. Oh, yeah. Got compression still.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, look at that rod drill.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not good.
So I don't know if this crank could be saved.
No, we're not going to save that crank. Holy shit. What the hell happened here?
The light's washing it
Oh,
out.
you know what? I wonder if this part went right into that. The cap.
Turn the cap upside down on the crank.
That's probably why that cap looks like it does.
Yeah. So the cap came off first.
Yep.
Then the crank came back around.
And smacked it.
And then it's, because you can actually see that on the cap.
Yep.
That lines up with those notches right there.
Yes, it does. It lines up just perfectly. So that's how the cap ended up right there.
Yep.
And they shoved that out the oil pan first. So the cap, the bolts broke, and the cap came off, got shoved out of the oil pan. When it came back around, it caught the connecting rod and shoved it out the other side.
Yep.
Holy shit, I've never seen that before. So yeah, this crank's toast unless we have it welded up. Which we could, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, as long as it's not bent. I mean, you could have it fixed.
All the other rods, no bluing on the rods, so
Nope.
this thing didn't lose oil pressure.
And they all still move like we just assembled it.
Yep. So yeah. So yeah, this was a parts failure, guys. All right, so now let me ask you guys, and I want the comments in the comment section. If I built this engine for you and this happened to you, and it's easy to say now because you didn't pay for it, but if you paid $20,000 to have this engine built and this failed on you, is it my fault? Or is it the parts fault? The manufacturer's fault? Is it, whose fault is this? Because this happens once in a while, and when it does, it seems like the engine builder always gets blamed because the guy that it happened to doesn't want to pay to have it fixed. And I get it. I don't want to pay to have this one fixed. But you know what? It's part of racing, and if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That's what I tell everybody. If you can't afford it or you don't have the stomach for it, then don't do this, because it's not if, it is when it's going to happen to you.
Now, I will say, I had 2 racers come over right when we were trying to get the car into the trailer, which that thing is heavy pushing it. But they came over and they were talking to me and they said, "What happened?" I said, "Well, I threw a rod," and I showed them the cap, and they said, "That don't look like a normal, just broken, like you over revved it."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, it could have been that." I said, "Or it could have been a part failure. I don't know." And both those guys said, "That looks like a part failure, like your bolt broke on you."
Yeah, and I agree. So what are these bolts? It'll say on the end of them. Are they 2000 L19? Are they
These
the
are,
1840s or whatever?
8740s.
8740s.
Eagle 1.75 ARP 8740/35.
Nice. So that's the weakest bolt that Eagle has. So we're going to upgrade to L19s. We're going to replace, obviously, those 2 connecting rods. And the...
1 piston for sure. Maybe this one over here. It's got... Oh, no, that's part of the piston. I thought it had some damage to the bottom of it, but no.
I don't think this one got hurt at all.
No.
Now that piston may have.
Here's the spectacular thing, and I truly believe it was just a rod bolt that broke, because if you look right here and right here, there's no damage whatsoever.
No.
It's
It
almost
just
like the
snapped and
inertia.
let go.
Yep, the inertia of the engine threw it against the pan, bounced back off the pan, and went right back up to the crank.
Now, so something else too, guys. You know what? It did get heat in that rod journal. Don't get me wrong. But it does not take long to turn the rod journal black if the bolt is coming loose.
Especially on one side.
Yeah. That bearing spins, and then you're spinning 7,000 RPM. It's going to friction weld that crankshaft, and it's going to turn the cap blue. It's going to turn the crank blue.
And
it's going to turn a lot of shit blue.
Here's another thing, because it bothered the shit out of me. I went home that night, and I was looking on YouTube, Google, everything about broken rods and everything all the way till midnight. I could not sleep because it was just bothering the shit out of me why it broke. Every single one of them I've seen, the cap has always been destroyed.
Yeah.
This cap, I joke when I say we can reuse this, but look at those holes.
Yeah. It just broke a bolt. So what it is we didn't have a strong enough bolt in this is what it was.
Yeah, you guys
for the RPM.
For the RPM.
Yeah, for the RPM. Now, had he shifted this thing that where I think this engine needs to be shifted, like 62, 6,300, I think we would have been okay. I don't think it would have broke that bolt. But at 7,000 RPM, lesson learned, fellas, that bolt doesn't take 7,000 RPM very well. Well, you know what? I'm actually very, very, very pleased that the only damage we have to the block is this right here.
Yep.
Because
that can be fixed easily.
And we have hard block in this. We got a little bit. The hard block I have up to the bottom of this freeze plug right here. So we got hard block from here to here.
And here I thought it was my motor mounts that saved it.
Yeah, them custom motor mounts.
That's right.
Hey, they work.
They did work. I'll give you that. They did work. All right, guys. Well, you know what? The damage is nowhere near as bad as what we thought.
Nope.
So
that's good.
No, this is really good. This is really, really, really good.
So what do you think? We just need to deburr that with a
Yep. I think we can clean that up.
Die grinder.
And as long as it didn't hurt the cylinder wall itself, we should be able to just hone it and put it back together.
So you got some people that answered your question about whose fault it was. One guy said the guy who revved it 7,000 RPM. DNR said my fault because I didn't tell you to buy L19 rod bolts. John Monin said it's your fault. Engine builder always gets blamed.
Always.
And then,
So the very bottom of the cylinder wall, about 1/8 inch up.
Got it, nick in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Mom said manufacturer and racer.
And driver. Well, I think a little bit's driver and a little bit manufacturer, or it could be a little bit that we just didn't have the right part for that RPM. That's why you have to buy the right, but you know what? You got to spend the money, guys. You have to spend the money.
Turn it back over and see what falls out.
Oh, roll it back over this way?
Yep. Everybody wants to see if something else falls out.
Well, they just want to see us flip this thing over. It's
Yeah.
heavy.
And Jason said, so what, 2 weeks we'll be back and running?
Yep. Something like that. Oh, hold on. Let me grab a little bit. Ah.
Oh, water.
I can't grab it. There we go.
Oh.
Nothing. We're good.
Yep. Now,
Just some crunchy pieces.
Just chunks.
here's the oil pan.
Let's look at our valve train, too.
So we do have some, debris down here, but it's just smaller chunks of what we already kind of suspected to be in there. But you can see it's got dual windows. Well, triple windows, actually.
So another thing that we look for, too, and we didn't do it this weekend because I didn't hear any engine noise, so I didn't even suspect a bearing problem. I mean, this engine sounded like a church mouse. It was quiet as could be. So I was not even concerned about bearings.
No.
And one way that you can tell if you don't have a clear view filter is you pull the valve cover off and look down in here inside the cylinder head. And I don't know where our flashlight and our camera went, but we can show them real quick.
Here's a flashlight.
If you have a bearing going bad, you're going to see it laying inside the head here. And we don't have, this head is clean.
You're saying copper.
Yeah, you're going to see bearing material in here.
Yeah, it's not even shiny.
There's nothing there. So.
Like glimmering.
Yep.
No,
So we did good. It was not a bearing problem. This was a bolt problem.
But
Yeah, Bob said after I stopped crying, I talked to you, and after doing sleep work, I would say that it's the bolt. Can't blame the guy who put it together. Remember to myself, splurge for the better bolts.
Exactly. So if we're going to spin them hard, we got to put an L19 bolt in it.
better put it in.
Yeah.
Said flex tape for the holes.
That's a cool picture. We're going to take a picture of that and put it on Facebook.
Yep.
I like it.
Souvenir.
That's like top.
Oh, no, we're reusing that pan. We're patching that thing up.
This is like top fuel dragster damage.
Yes, it is. That thing just took a saw blade and just cut it almost in half.
Speaking of which, I was watching Clay Millican's YouTube channel, which is
Yeah.
very, very fun. You guys need to check that out. But he has it inside of when he's doing passes.
Yeah.
You know those things only go up to 7,500 now?
Yeah. They're limited that way. They're not allowed to go past that.
I'm glad.
Whatever happened to the days of 10,000 RPM?
No, not those. They can't go that high.
Sporting the T-shirt around town Sunday night at the bar.
Who was?
Wayne.
All right.
Good Dwayne. You know who Dwayne is? He's the guy with the 66 or 67 Le Mans or
okay.
Tempest. Yeah, Tempest, not a Le Mans.
But
No. Our cam looks great. It did not touch the cam,
Nope.
which that is amazing to me.
No,
Usually when you lose a connecting rod, it hits the cam. That's why I ordered a new one today.
like I said, when it blew, honest to God, it literally sounded like a backfire. And
66, he said.
and it just
66,
stopped.
okay.
It just stopped, and like I said, as soon as it backfired, I reached down. I was doing this. I was reaching for that switch, and but again, it happened so fast that I think the engine stopped itself. I don't think I turned it off, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom, I think the heads are okay.
I
Yeah.
hope. We're going to find out, but yeah, it looks like the heads are okay. If anything, it might have been a couple of valves, but it didn't hurt the head.
I don't even think it did that.
Well, I wish I would have brought my compression tool with me. We could have shot air in there, take the rockers off and shot air in there. So, hey, it's a good picture of our shaft rockers. You guys can see our shafts.
Yep.
I think I did share some videos on YouTube already, but yeah, that's a big relief. So this could have been way, way worse.
Well, I'm pretty sure I have a rev limiter for you. I'll trade you for the can.
Who said that?
Walt wants the old gas, and he wants the pan.
That's right, I forgot he wanted the gas.
Why does he want the gas?
Lawnmower.
Oh,
Yeah, Walter hasn't changed one bit.
ask Walt what his dad did to him to his race car one time with gas.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so no. So we might be able to get this thing back out this year. I was expecting it to be way more damage than what we have. Gonna have to have a new crank, 2 new rods, and really that's all we really need.
Piston, maybe 2.
Yep.
Oh, camera. Hold on.
I don't know if we're gonna need a piston or not. Depends on if it hurt her or not.
Well, the one piston, there's pretty deep gouges on the bottom against the skirt.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna need 1 piston.
But no, I mean, instantly I went here, because if it was going to bend a valve, don't you think it would have bent one of the push rods, or no?
No, these are 3/8 push rods.
Filled race truck with diesel smoke rings. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, Walt thought it was his race gas. He put it in his Chevelle, and the thing stopped running, and he's trying to get it started. He brought me the carburetor. I rebuilt it twice for him. I said, there's something wrong. This fuel smells terrible.
Oh, my God.
Well, yeah, it does smell terrible. It smells like jet fuel.
Not good.
Well, you know what? That makes me a lot happier because we're going to be able to save this dude
Yep.
and do it fairly inexpensively, which is good. It's going to still probably cost with machine work and parts and the crank and everything. We're gonna be $2-3 grand, but it's still not going to be near as bad as I thought.
Well, the block was the biggest thing,
Yeah. Yep.
and then crank.
Well, the crank's toast.
Yep.
We can pull it out. We'll see if we can take and send that off and get it.
I was going to say, if you have another
Welded.
crank baby, we can just throw that in, but and then get the other one fixed.
I don't think they're going to be able to fix that one unless they weld it.
As I filled the third ass if you had another crank laying around.
I got cranks. I am a Pontiac shop.
Yep. The 455 block to get it bored out, the machine work was going to be the question.
Well, yeah. Right now, my shop's down, so I can't do any machine work myself, and I got to rely on other shops. And if that was the case, then we probably wouldn't see it for another 2 years. But nope, it looks good. The bearings, I'll tell you right now, there's nothing wrong with the rest of the bearings. That thing's fine.
I'm just shocked
journal-
there's no bearing material. Like, I was expecting to see chunks of bearing.
Well, it was in the pickup on the pump.
I was expecting to see more, though.
Yeah.
Tweets and we can start a GoFundMe fund.
There you go. I only need to raise $2,500. Yeah.
Thursday, I got $12.
And he does.
Yep.
Philip was good for like, he sent us checks there for like, I don't know, like 10 weeks.
Yeah.
He was up to, I think he was up to like $30 or
Yep.
something.
Oh, good grief.
Nope, that's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
I mean, for I know for a fact it got up to 7,000 because the recall on the tech says it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all because of my intake.
Yep.
Well, I'm wondering if maybe the engine is making power higher than I think it is. I don't know. We're going to find out, once we get it all back
36,
together.
Philip said.
36? Okay, yeah. I knew it was in the 30s, but I couldn't remember exactly. I knew Philip would remember.
But so, with that being found out now, we have to make some changes to the car, so it gives me time to put things where I want them. And then, of course, where my dad would like to see them at, too, because he's going to be racing the car as well. So
We're
we got to
gonna
move
move
the
the
seat
tach.
down, we got to move the tach, get
Yep.
different gauges, put a voltmeter in it.
Right?
Move, I want to, because right now for me, the shifter's like this. So I want to move the shifter forward, which I can do.
Okay.
And I want to put the gauge panel in a better area to where you can see the switches instead
Right.
of looking over the shifter.
Right. Yeah, those should be on this side of the shifter in a row.
Or even on, like,
Or on
I
the
can
back side of it.
I can even put it on the dash, and I can make a box that comes out a little further so we can just reach it like this.
Yeah. Well, you remember, you're taller than me.
Well,
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
pretty close.
yep. So, the closer the better.
Yeah.
So, I just want to get them so that way you can see what they are, see if they're on, because that was the biggest thing.
That's another thing, too. We need to have lights on them so we know what's
Yep.
on.
And
Like the fuel pump and the alternator and the tranny brake.
Yep.
Those are the three we need to have on.
And the tranny brake, there is a light that comes on when you hold the button down.
Is there?
Yep.
Okay, good. So you know it's working.
Yep.
Joe Bass said he's got 5 spare Eagle 6.8 rods you can have.
There you go. So there's our 2 rods.
Yep. Perfect.
Because
Thanks, Joe.
these are 6.8.
Thanks, Joe.
So we need a piston.
GTO George says air shifter. I agree, but
Yeah.
we don't have that kind of budget.
Not right now.
That way I don't have to worry about shifting. Mm-hmm. I can just hold on to the wheel and have a lot of fun.
You're going too slow for that.
Oh, we need to go faster.
Not until we got the car doing this kind of stuff down the racetrack can you do that. You got to shift. Makes it more fun.
It does.
He likes shifting anyway.
I do, especially at 7,000 RPM.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, we're not going to do that again, son. Unless the engine wants to be shifted there.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, to me, it felt like it was pulling, but I've never had this kind of horsepower before. So
Right.
to me, it felt like it was pulling.
So what this ended up showing for horsepower, where we are currently with the car or the vehicle weight, we're roughly between 550 and 580 horsepower, depending on what calculator you use.
And that's just going off of the mile an hour that we got so far.
Right. So I'm pretty sure that when we get this thing all dialed in, we're going to make somewhere around 650 horsepower with it.
Oh, Eric, it made multiple full passes, yes.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, Sunday is when it happened, Sunday morning, but we ran all day Friday and Saturday.
Yep. All but one.
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
Nope, I had a lot of fun in the car. Like I said, the only time I felt nervous is only because I didn't know what it was going to do. And it was just like kind of like what I felt like whenever I was playing football in high school. You just get those pre-game jitters.
Yep.
But honestly, after that, I didn't have any jitters. I knew that car, it was silky smooth going down the track.
So you know what? I'm real proud of my son and his wife because they did an awesome job getting everything set up, getting to the track. My son did a fantastic job learning the car rapidly. I mean, never being in a car that fast before. Most people are intimidated by a 10-second car. So he learned really quick, And so now, whenever we get this thing dialed in and it's making more horsepower, I'm not going to worry about him. I'm going to turn him loose, and if it wrecks, it's just an act of God.
Yep.
I know Mom don't want to hear that, but
Neither does Jamie. But honest to God, I feel safe in the car. The car does. I mean, it would have to. It would literally have to be an act of God, because wait till you drive it. I drove with one hand, and I was watching a video. My hand just went like this.
yeah, it goes straight. That's good.
Yep. I mean, even whenever it blew
So
the
that's going to be
oil-
boring to me, is what you're telling
Yeah.
me. Yeah. Because my car had a little tiny tire on the back of it, and every pass was like Joe Bass's first pass with the Ram Air 5 engine. You see that video?
No.
That thing was all over. The front tires were dancing off the racetrack.
John Lyons said, sorry I didn't get to hang out longer Saturday. My buddy drove, so I felt obligated to not ditch him.
No, well, it was good to see you, John.
Man, that was great seeing all you
Yep.
guys. You know, thank you all for stopping by, and
It was awesome.
we got to see you guys instead of seeing your names on the
Yep.
screen. So
I know I kept asking, they were saying their real names. I was like, no, what's your YouTube name?
yeah, yeah. What's your handle?
They're like, hey, well, John Monan's John Monan.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
who was it? He came up and he's like, I'm so-so. And I'm like, what's your username?
Yeah, that's what I kept saying. I'm like, wait a minute, what's YouTube?
Well, the thing of it is these guys are also damn tall. My son's
Oh,
taller
yeah.
than me, and I'm looking at their belly button.
That one guy was like 6'7", and I'm
Yeah.
like, holy crap.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's just crazy.
And I'm sorry, I don't remember everyone I seen, because
We've seen a lot of people.
seen a lot of people.
Yeah, we've seen a lot
I had
of
a million
people.
things going through my head. I was always checking stuff on the car, but it was very good to see
It was
everybody.
very hectic, though, too, because you got to think, you were running, Lukey Duke was running, so
Yep.
we were back and forth a lot.
Yeah, so my nephew
Yep.
Luke, he did good too. He got
Oh,
his
yeah.
best pass
Yep.
so far in his car. He won a 1251, I think.
Yeah,
It
I
was
think
12:52, I think.
yeah, it was 12:52.
Yep.
Yep. So that was Luke's personal best.
And I feel bad for Luke, because after the engine blew, Luke, he kind of got down on himself a little bit, and he didn't want to race the car that much on Sunday. But
Why?
he was afraid, not afraid.
He
was
felt
just
bad for
he
Brandon.
felt bad for me,
Yeah.
and
That's part of
I
racing.
think
It
he
is
got a
what it
little
is.
spooked, and that's what I told him. I said, Luke, you out of all people should know this. And I said, get in your car, have fun, and don't worry about it.
Right.
He's like, but Brandon, I'm like, don't worry about
Yep.
Brandon. He knew this going in too. It's
Yep.
Right.
fine.
Nope.
Is he
No,
used
Luke's
to
got a
it?
big heart.
Yeah, he does.
And that's
Yep.
why we love him so much.
but no, he did awesome with his car.
He did really good.
Yep.
He won a couple rounds.
Yep.
And he got a shaker.
If he wasn't trying so hard on that tree, he probably would have went further.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he just needs more seat time. He
Yep.
actually does really good. Luke's
Yeah.
only 18 years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he does really well.
And he's driving a 12-second car,
Yep.
built himself.
That he built himself, yep. He built the engine and ported the heads. I mean, I showed him how to do it, but he did it.
Yep. Nope, he did very well. He does very well at racing.
Yep, and he's a natural to race car like my son. It just runs in our family. I don't know what it is, but
Well,
that's
if you
good.
guys ever ride with my dad growing up,
Oh, good, Tom. I'm
Honest
buying
to God.
sunscreen. Oh.
honest to
What?
God, nothing will scare you.
Tom said, thanks for the sunscreen. My boy was pink and you saved
Oh.
him.
Oh, Tom Bop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a ginger, so
Yeah.
he
Speaking
gets-
of Tom Bop, he sent me something on our.
Oh yeah, let's do our reader rides.
Let's see.
This teardown went way smoother than I thought it would. I thought we were going to take the crank out in pieces, but
Oh,
you,
I couldn't send the video of the race either. It won't let me. It's too long.
so realistically, the damage was very minimal for the RPM involved and
The
the
amount of
fact that a
smoke.
rod broke.
Yeah, the amount. I wish it. I need the
All right.
project word. Oh, look. Okay, you got you.
Oh, nice.
Let me. Number 4. All right, so let me turn this on.
Take and move this camera over here.
Let me see, make sure the sound works. Now, this is taken by one of our viewers, Tom Bop, I do believe. Let me double check before I speak out of term. Yep, Tom Bop. This is the 11-8 pass, I do believe, if I remember.
No, Jason got a good picture. Still caught it.
10-8.
10-8.
10-8, yeah.
So there's a video. We have tons of video. I just haven't had time. We literally, Jason and I spent the whole night last night taking this engine out of the
Yeah, it
car.
was like 4 hours.
Well, the connecting rod's wedged in the frame. I think I shared a picture of that somewhere on there. It might be on my timeline.
And then here's Luke's car. I'm assuming it's a 77 Firebird.
It might not be. There was somebody, oh, what the heck's his name? Is it a video or
It's a
picture?
video.
Oh, okay. It might be Luke's then.
Yep, here's Luke's car.
Yep. That was him racing Joe Bass.
Yep.
Yeah. That was, you know what, I think that was like semifinals.
No, this was before semifinals.
It was?
Yeah, because Joe went it up.
Because Joe said he gave it to me red lit. Joe still
So there's Joe Bass on the left. Up, he ran a 10:32
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yep.
And I think that 12:52, I think that was Luke's
Best pass.
That
Yep.
was his best,
Yeah.
even though he did red light.
So that car hauls butt. And here's the JPEG. So Jason did me a solid. I wish
Oh,
he was
yeah.
here. I would have gave him a hug. So Jason went and bought pictures of the car for me.
That's an awesome picture.
And-
He picked a good
Yep.
picture.
And that's badass.
Yes, it is.
Look at the tire crinkling.
Your buddy loves you, I'm telling you.
And the tires are not quite off the ground, but it's lifting it up pretty good. But the tires crinkling, that's an awesome picture.
I think the tires are off the ground just with the way the reflection. That front end's too far in the air, dude.
Yeah, that's,
Well,
yeah.
I'm not kidding you. I can pick the fender up and I can pick the car up.
I get it, but the thing of it is, that's way high in the air there. So,
But that is awesome.
yes, it is.
And I thank you, Jason. I appreciate it a lot. Oh, we got from the stands, Jason Weber.
Yeah. I didn't know Jason got any video.
I didn't either. It was nice to meet Jason Weber as well. He got his shirt.
Some of you guys may or may not know that Jason worked with me whenever, I think he was in high school, way back.
That's what he said, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful car.
That was a 1072.
Damn it.
The dial was 1070.
Oh, your dial was a 1072, yep.
So there's some video of that. And I think that's it for the race car. So Randy French sent in his ride.
Randy's got a beautiful 70. Look at that. That is a nice car.
I love that color too.
Yeah, it is I think that's I might be wrong. I think it's mostly original paint, or maybe it was repainted, but I think it's got original interior and stuff in it. That's a super nice car.
Yeah, it is.
He was going to bring that to the track on Saturday or what day he was there.
Yeah, it's got AC on it even.
Yep.
Nice.
Now we're building an engine for Randy too.
Okay.
Yep. He started out with just wanting ported heads. This is how it goes. You know what? Once you get the bug and you start getting on, you start seeing everybody go fast, you want to go more and more and more. So anyhow, he told me, he says, I don't have that much money to spend. I just want to get the heads done. Okay. Then I want to get the intake done. Then, okay, can you do the cam for me? And then I got to have head. So before you know it, you spend 20 grand. It just happens.
Yep. So Philip III sent first year Grand Prix, love to have one. And these are beautiful cars too. I love the 60s.
Yeah, that's a 62 Grand Prix. That was the first year for the Grand Prix. Those are beautiful cars. That's like Uncle Paul's car.
Yep.
But his a Catalina.
And Philip III said, watching the Blue Angels.
Ah, yeah, we've seen them both.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That's horsepower is finest. That's insane. You're right, when they flew over top of us. I don't even remember why they were there that weekend. Is that what it was?
Oh, look at that. Breaking the wind, or the, what is it, the sound barrier.
No, I don't think so.
No?
He's changing direction. He's coming down and changed direction.
That's still awesome.
You get the vapor trails. Phil the Third probably knows more than me, but I think that's literally.
They did say vapes in slow motion.
Yeah, that is literally the moisture in the air being converted to vapor.
It's that time of year again. That's all he said on that one.
Yeah.
What's this? Four lanes. Back in that day? I didn't know they had 4 lanes back in the day.
Well, Dragway 42 used to be 4 lane.
Oh, really?
Yep. I don't think that's Dragway 42.
This is Byron.
Oh, Byron
Dragway?
Speedway, yeah, or Dragway, yeah.
The Chi-Town Hustler. And Gene, the Snowman Snow.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I used to build all those model cars back in. Those guys were all the big players.
And more Blue Angels.
Yep.
Iski 104.
104 years old.
My ambition was to make $100 a day.
He's a legend,
which would be
man.
5
He was
cams
one of the original
at
guys that
$20
built
a piece.
camshafts for
Labor, you know.
all us hot
And
rodders.
by golly, in about a year, we were
There he
doing
is,
5
young man
cams a
smoking
day.
a cigar.
Yep.
And
So he
that
smoked
was a good
cigars
living.
all these years, and he made it to 104.
So,
Right?
What am I doing
And it got
wrong?
bigger than expected.
Oh, I'm not 104
after
yet.
that.
Nope.
You had to build your own cam grinder if you wanted to make
I
racing
think it's
cams.
drinking whiskey.
A place for a master
fuel,
cam and a
smoking
roller to
cigars,
run against.
Smelling race
And this
fuel,
will,
sniffing it.
with the right
you
master
know, and
cam,
wash
you'll
your
get a
hands
certain
in it,
profile
and smoking
on your
cigars and
cams.
drinking whiskey.
I can now make cams.
Oh yeah, it does. You get a cut on your hand, you wash your hands with race fuel, you're gonna know it.
So Luke's graduation party, Walt took pictures, and this was a really cool idea from
Aunt
my
Dina.
aunt and uncle. They wanted to have a graduation party, but not your typical one. They did a car show themed graduation party for Luke.
Because
And-
he's into cars so much.
Yep, and it was really cool, and a lot of cars showed up.
There's Grandpa's car.
Yep, there's my grandpa's car.
There it is,
there's
Grandpa again.
Yep,
The OG right there.
yep. Oops. I don't know why I wanted me to download this one. Let me preview the other one.
Good friend of ours, Rob Church. His son Michael brought his Chevelle, and Mark Billings brought his not HHR. What do they call them pickup trucks?
Oh, SSR.
SSR, yeah. There's a Chevelle of Rob Church.
Yep, DJ's pole bolt,
Yep.
Blazer.
I don't know who had the Blazer.
I don't know either. One of Luke's friends, I know that, but.
It might have been a family member too, because they got a lot of family that are into
So
it.
here's Luke's engine bay.
Yep, that's Luke's engine bay under the hood. Got it sporting them DCI Motorsports valve covers. That's Brandon Deavy's car.
Yep. Here's Luke's car again.
There's Luke's car. It's ugly, but it's fast.
Yep, that's all that matters.
And he's got
And
a shake
that's
hood
Walt's
now.
car right there.
Oh, yep, that's
Oh,
Walt's
yep.
Camaro.
Yep.
So, no, that was really cool.
Yep. So he had a mini car show at his graduation party, which is awesome. Great idea by Uncle Paul and Aunt Dina.
Yep. And then here, Phil III sent a 69 L Poncho.
Ah, you know what? Old School Twist shared that with me before.
That is ugly.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yeah. Well, the color doesn't help.
No,
it's
it
just
doesn't.
ugly.
And then Perry, I met Perry over the weekend.
Yep.
This is his detonated motor.
Uh-oh. Well, so far, it don't look bad. Yeah, the mag and the crank there.
Does look like it,
I don't see
a
any.
little bit right there, maybe some scarring.
Yeah,
but that
I
could
don't
have been
see
just from the,
cracks.
yeah.
Oh, the crack in the
Oh,
block.
right there,
yeah.
yep.
That I cracked so many blocks there. Oh yeah, bearings
There's-
are ugly.
Yep.
Now that's what a rod bearing looks like when it goes bad. Ooh, ooh.
Broken
that-
piston.
No, that looks like it got burned off. He must have had nitrous on it or something.
Those don't look bad.
Yeah, mains don't look terrible.
Oh, yep.
Oof, yeah.
So there's Perry's engine from Detonation. And that's it.
All right. Well, that's awesome.
Now
So
you gotta go read your comments because you had it blocked.
we better do that before we shut down.
Yep.
Where's our chairs at? I'm gonna sit down. We're gonna do that.
It's probably getting close.
Yep.
I got
I'm gonna put all the
nothing
bolts for the
accomplished
engine
this
right there
evening.
next to the converter.
Perfect. 'Cause I
Nothing
got all the bolts in the bags on that table, so.
Okay, cool.
So there you have it, guys. I thought it was going to be a lot worse.
Yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised.
You want to show the shirts for the people who weren't at the racetrack?
Yeah, go get them.
'Cause
I don't want
Yeah.
to touch them. My hands are greasy,
Yeah,
but
mine are oily too.
Because
Now
now
I-
that I've got the feedback on them, I think this is what we're gonna go with.
Now I got engine guts on my hand.
yep.
I got
I got it
little
on my arm.
slithers of metal.
I got it on my arm somehow.
So anyhow, guys, that was a very pleasant surprise. I'm real happy that when we pulled that pan off of there, we didn't find a broken block. It nicked the block at the bottom, but it wasn't bad. So we're good, man. That's awesome.
So the engine is a 461 or 462?
It is a 455 block with a 4250 stroke and a I think it's a 4190 bore. So it's a 40 over 455 with a 40 thousandths longer stroke. And I do believe it ends up being like a 467, something like that.
That was one question.
You need, whenever you get your pictures, you need to put those with your picture.
Yep.
So,
So I got what? How many time slips are there?
5 or 6. You made a few passes.
I think there's more than that. And then I did keep the line blew up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 passes.
There you go. So you had fun.
Yep.
It was worth $100 to get in.
8 passes. So, you know, I saved it till the end.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And it's looking like it was a parts failure. So, and partially because somebody had a little heavy foot. So we're gonna have to learn to tame that down a little bit.
Well,
I don't want to blow one up every time we go out.
I thought this,
I know you want footage for the YouTube channel, but
well,
we didn't
you
even
know,
get that. Somebody should have been recording that run.
I think, well, here's what I was, honestly, this is what I was really thinking. And 1,000 RPM is a big difference.
It's huge.
But, like my truck, I'm like, okay, that's a street motor. I'm shifting at 55, 58, 100.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking 7,200 is nothing for this engine.
Well, it's all about cylinder head, son. You know that. If you don't have enough cross-sectional area.
Well, because, you know,
We did make these wide
yes.
ports, yes. But we still didn't have the combo worked out yet. So
Gotcha.
it may end up being 7,000 RPM engine. But we didn't have the jetting, the timing, none of that stuff right.
Right.
So, because we didn't play with any of that.
Right.
I didn't want to have any of that involved for this weekend because he's just learning. And there's enough chaos going on as it is, especially trying to meet everybody that was coming by. And the Pontiac race is kind of like our Super Bowl. We know a lot of people there. So, you know, whenever we go there, it's we're talking all day long.
Yep.
And so to pull valve covers off and tune the carburetor, and you know, we did change timing, which is only a second or two to do. But the other stuff, it takes a little bit of time, and you need to focus on it.
Yep. And believe it or not, this is why I know there was nothing majorly wrong with the engine as well. That engine only got up to 200 degrees one time.
I'm surprised it got that hot.
And the only reason why I did is because when I was driving up to the staging lanes, I didn't have the water pump on because I was trying to get it warm.
Oh, okay.
and the water pump and fans weren't on. But as soon as I turned the water pump on, boom, it dropped down to 150.
Yeah.
And it ran consistently 150 with just the water pump on. I only turned the fans on going down the track.
Wow. You didn't even need to do that because then you got all the air rushing by.
Well, I know, but I was just making sure that
at the end of the run, you were all right.
Yeah. The alternator works after all that stuff that you did with it, taking it apart and rebuilding it.
Yep.
And it charged the battery, kept the battery charged all weekend.
So my memory is good. I took it apart. I second guessed myself, so that's why I didn't. I waited till the next day before I gave it the okay because I wanted to check online, make sure I did it right.
What else? Transmission, we did nothing. That transmission's been in that car since my dad bought it. We changed the torque reverter.
And I actually built that tranny for Joe Camp.
And that was it. And not saying that it shouldn't have worked, but we were just going with it. We're sending it.
And you were all worried about that slick with a little bit of tear on the side of it.
I know, and I raced. My wife was like, "Are you sure it's going to be okay?" And I said, "We'll find out."
Well,
I told you.
It was weird too. So like, the whole time it's been in the garage, it would constantly deflate.
Well, because it got heat to it.
Well, and I know that, but now it's sitting outside. It sat at the racetrack all weekend, and they were perfectly fine. We had to put no air in them.
Right, exactly. Lost no air.
I'm like, well, I don't get this.
So these are our shirts, and you know what, Joe Bass? Did you hook Joe Bass up with one of those? He wanted one of the green on it.
Show him on that camera.
Okay.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Well, how am I going to do that with the engine in my way?
You go stay in front of it. Show your pretty little face.
I think it's going to be too close to the...
We can turn it.
Yeah. Because the fan's going to blow it right into it. There's the green.
Yep, that camera doesn't do real good with it, but it's but that's a lime green, and it actually is really bright.
Yep.
It's very bright. It could almost blow in the dark.
Yeah, it does. And then that's a blue. It's like a royal blue.
Yeah.
On gray, and that looks nice. I like that. So
yeah.
my Jaime redesigned the logo and put a 69 GTO on there, I think.
Yeah, that's the best one I could find. But now that we've got the picture of the actual car, though, I'm going to see if I can convert it and turn it into a
yeah, I bet we sell some T-shirts when you do that.
And Jason had a good idea, too. I'm going to see, again, if I can design it up, and we're going to actually put the image on the T-shirt of the car.
Okay.
Like maybe with like a cool background or something.
Well, you know what? Maybe our podcast fans, if they want to, hit the camera, please. What they can do is buy a T-shirt. Normally, we sell them for what, 25?
Well, they were 25 at the racetrack. They're going to be 28 though.
28. Okay. And so maybe what we could do is get them to kick in a little extra and help pay for the parts for the engine. So that would be cool. And then that way they get something for their money.
Mark Timmer wants to know, do we have shirts that we can order now?
They're not. I've got to talk to Don about how we're going to process those.
Yeah, so what we're doing is now that we got a somewhat of design down and we got good feedback from the racetrack, we're going to talk to my dad and see how he wants to do all this. So we should have something ironed out by next week.
Let's hope. I guess I gotta look through my inventory of parts. Joe Bass is gonna donate rods, which is awesome. Thank you. So Joe Bass gets a T-shirt. Did he already buy one, or? He wanted the green one. He wanted that green one.
I think I did. I took it over to him. I laid it on his seat.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I did.
Well, he wants one for his little girl too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Grand DeVille, we never found the other rod bolt. So.
No, we didn't. It's probably on the racetrack somewhere.
Yep.
Yep. So we lost some parts, but everything else was in the oil pan, including the dowel pins for the cap.
Yep.
So
they were smushed, but they were in there.
Yeah, they were in there.
And I really wish you could get the car to see in the frame.
And then Michael Mithen goes, Brandon wants to go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I bet you that car is still perfect at 9 seconds.
Oh, it will be. It's certified for 850.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. We're probably not going 850s with it, but. Well, it depends. We put a Ram Air 5 in it, we might be able to get it down there. I know this engine ain't gonna do it.
No.
This engine definitely not gonna do that. But you know what? I'm impressed with the way it runs. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
1070 and you're revving the shit out of it.
Yep.
So
Nope. If I knew any better, which I was still learning the shift patterns, at 5,500 too soon, 6,800 too late.
yeah, he kept bumping the rev limiter.
Yep. So I need to shift at like 6. See where that gets me at.
There you go. 6,100. I'm thinking that the engine's going to be happy around 62, 63.
But I still think that second to third needs to be a little bit longer. Not
No.
against the rev limiter.
No, you just got to shift faster.
Well, no, that one I have no problem with.
Oh,
I just
okay.
shifted at the light on that one every time I hit the light.
Okay. Well, that was still too high. It was 6,600. And by the time you move the lever, it's 67 or 8.
All right. So if I did that one at 65, because I feel like that one needs to be shifted a little bit later. I feel anyway. Like the first to second, probably 6,200 I shift. Then 6,500, second, third.
Whatever the engine tells us, we got to play with it more. We don't have enough time in the seat yet. We'll figure it out. I ain't worried about it.
And they want to know what the race weight is. We never officially weighed the car.
From what Joe told me, Joe Camp, the guy who used to own the car, and he don't remember exactly. He thought it was around 3,700. And I don't know. He didn't know if that was with him in or not. He couldn't remember. So, and you know what? The car is all steel. It has all the factory glass. The only thing that's out of it is the interior. I mean, we got a race seat in it, and it don't have the dash pad or board in it. It's got gauges in it, though. It's got the factory column. It's got a Ford 9-inch in it with a Fab 9-inch.
Yep.
Factory floor pans are all steel. It's got a factory frame under it, except for the back half.
Yep.
Of course, it's got aluminum centerline wheels on it. It's
Big tires, which are heavy.
well, actually, they're not as heavy as you think. They're
No?
probably about, even though they're 1432 on a 15 by 14 rim, it's probably only equivalent to like a steel wheel with a 275/60 or something on it. It's not that bad.
All right.
But it's got the big 40 spline axles in it, and I don't think they're gun drilled, so those are heavy. And what else is on there? I mean, it's pretty much all stock except for the interior's been removed, and
It's got the roll cage in it.
and it's got a roll cage in it.
Fiberglass
So
hood.
It does have a glass hood on it,
And
but
it has
it's got
metal
steel
bumpers.
steel bumpers, steel deck lid,
Yep.
steel doors.
It's got the fiberglass front nose on it. The
Well,
valance.
that's factory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the factory fiberglass piece on the nose. Factory grills. So I would say probably it's real close to 3,700.
And then I weigh
I don't know if that's with driver or not.
I
so-
weigh 235.
So we'll just assume it's with you in it, 3,700.
Right.
And that's what I'm rating the horsepower off of. It might be heavier, it might be lighter. I think it's probably going to be heavier though.
Yeah.
So, because my car, when I raced it, and it had fiberglass bumpers, it had all factory glass, all steel car except for the hood, and it
Wasn't
had
the trunk?
no, the trunk lid was steel.
Oh, I thought it was fiberglass.
I had a Ford 9-inch under that car, but it was a factory frame car,
Yep.
and let's
Roll
see,
cage.
and a roll cage, full roll cage, not a roll bar, roll cage. Safety equipment. It did have the dash in that car,
Yep.
and but I had a fuel cell in it, and I took all the AC stuff off the firewall. And what else did I do? Oh, and I built a core support for it. I lightened up the front end with a core support, and that car with me in it weighed 3,650. Well, actually, it's 3,680, I think. So almost 3,700, and so it's comparable to what we got going on right now. I'd be willing to bet we're real close to 3,750 to 3,780 or 3,800 with my son in it. With me in it, I'm like 130 pounds.
Yeah. I took a shit that big this morning. Yes, it has a shift light in it, Philip third. And I shifted at the shift light on one.
Yeah, yeah, way past the shift light.
And yes, the NHRA, what's his name? Was it John Reed or that Top Fuel Dragster guy that had the tire explode on him? I know his last name's Reed. I can't remember his first name now.
I
But
didn't hear about that.
yeah, he was about 3/4 of the way down the track, top end of the track, and the tire blew apart and sent him right into the wall.
Nice.
He got out, was conscious and everything, but went to the hospital anyways to get checked out.
Well, we're not going that fast, so you don't have to worry about that with this tire.
Nope. I've seen Brittany Force is the fastest person in NHRA.
341 or 2, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
That's insane at 1,000 foot. Are you kidding me? That's crazy fast.
Did it go 680s in the 8th? I think it did.
I don't know what it went in the 8th.
Let's
I know it
see.
went 100 mile an hour in the 8th. So it probably did run 680s.
6844.
Yep.
And that was on my 10.8 pass. On my 10.75 pass, I went 6.815. And then on my 10.7 pass, which is my best pass with this car, and I went a 6.773 in the 8th.
Yep. So you know what? You got a calculator? Let's see how close that formula works that I shared with everybody when we first started doing our podcast. So take your 8th mile, which is whatever that is, 6.77 or whatever it is,
6.773.
and times 1.57.
1.57?
1.57, yep.
That's a 1063.
Okay, and what did you go?
I went a 1070.
Okay, so you're within 7/10 of what that car ultimately can do.
Right.
All right. So now let's show them the formula on the math for the mile per hour, predict your ET. So you take 660, divide that by your mile an hour at the 8th mile.
Oh, at the 8th mile?
Yep.
100.88.
Now this is what it can optimally do.
654. Yeah, 654.
Okay, so we still got work to do on our 60 foot to get to there.
And that 60 foot was a 1.495.
Yeah, so I really think that when we get this thing finally dialed in, your 60 foot's going to be like a 128 to a 130.
That'd be sweet.
Yep, that's where it's going to be. So, all right, so 1.4, what was it, 149 on that?
For what?
On that pass, what was your 60 foot?
Oh, 1.495.
Okay, so take 1.495 and minus 1.30, because I think you're going to be consistent right there. What is that?
0.195.
All right, take that times 1.5. All right, so that's what your ET is going to improve by.
0.2925.
Yep, so take that off your, what is it, 1070?
Yep, 1070 minus 10.706. So we're on
So
a 1041.
1040. That's exactly where I think the car's going to run. 1030s, 1040s.
If I would have clicked off a 1040, I would have been. Joe Bass would have ran because I would have kissed him.
Oh boy. Yep. So we have potential. There's some room to grow yet, and we'll get it.
But no, I had a lot of fun. Jason sent me a no subject blank email. So whatever you sent me, Jason, didn't come through.
So you know what? Jason was awesome too.
Oh yeah, Jason helped out a ton.
Yes, he rode down with my son every time when he was there.
Yep.
And made sure that Brandon had everything he needed.
Yep.
And that's a big help whenever you're drag racing, because once you strap in the car or you get in the car, because it's so hard to get in and out, you need people around you to turn on the power or turn it off or push the car to get it up the staging lanes or get your seatbelts out from behind your back so you can get buckled up. There's so many things that people need to help with whenever you're down there in staging lanes.
And
Jason was there to do that.
Jason helped out tremendously. Luke helped out tremendously.
Yep, Luke, you know what? Because Luke knows. He's
Yep.
been there. He does it.
Yep, he was checking my tire pressures for me.
Yep, Luke was checking tire pressure.
He trying to keep me cool.
And Aunt Dina, whenever you got back, she was cooling you off. So
Yep.
we had a good crew. We had an awesome crew for the weekend.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't ask for a better one.
Yep.
Dave Bradford said Joe Camp probably would have kissed you if you ran a 1040.
Right? Yeah, you and Joe would have been hugging and kissing. I would have had to break that up.
Oh, yeah. Nope, and I got to talk to Joe Camp for a good long time
Yes, you
that
did.
weekend. That was awesome.
Yeah, so the guy that used to own this car is named Joe Camp, and he was at the racetrack because he's a Pontiac guy. And he can't, once it's in your blood, you can't get away.
Yep.
So anyhow, he come over and he was helping my son, you know, giving him pointers and and stuff. And Joe hasn't raced his car. I mean, we have to give him a little bit of space because he hasn't raced the car since 2018. And what is that, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
So there was things he forgot, but that's okay. You know, he was pretty much spot on for most of it.
Yep. Yes, he was. And not only that, I could tell it completely made him happy to see the car out at the track again.
It did. Yeah, he was thrilled to death to see his race car back here.
Yep.
And he actually, I'll be honest with you, he wanted me to take his car down before whenever he was racing it so he could see it go down the track. He's never seen it go down the track. So this last weekend, I think, was the first time he got to see that.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah. And it is a badass hot rod.
It is a badass hot rod.
It looks cool going down the track.
That car it's a beautiful car.
It is.
That's why I did not want to crash it.
If you'd have crashed it, you might as well just, you know what, start walking from the racetrack.
Well, I would have, trust me, I would have just kept going.
Well, you wouldn't get very far.
The engine quit working, but I would have been pushing with my feet. And then Mike Mithen, everyone needs a door guy. Thanks for helping me in the lanes, and you're welcome. Even though I didn't get to help Michael that much, but that one Sunday after I broke, I seen Mike in the pits, and he was strapped in, and they stopped racing for a second to check the track, and I said, hey Mike, hold on a second, let me go see if they're stopping for a while or not.
Right.
And I went up front, seen that they were clearing it and they were getting ready to run, so I let him know. So that way he didn't have to scramble to get back in the car. Because when you start scrambling and get back in the car,
it messes up your rhythm.
Yep, it screws everything up.
Yeah, you got to stay focused. And I tell you right now, Mike Mithen and Joe Bass are probably two of the best bracket racers I've seen. Those guys kick ass. They're either one of them guys. I was hoping it was going to be a Joe Bass, Mike Mithen final for that one day because those guys were going rounds.
Oh, yeah.
And I really thought they were going to be in the finals together.
Yep. Hey, you know what's really impressive is I was just talking to my dad over the weekend about this. It kind of sucks for the street guys because there were some cars that were not street.
Mm-mm.
You know, Joe's running a street radial, and so is Michael.
Okay.
And the guy, I'm not going to mention any names, but there was a guy close to us that was running slicks, wheelie bar, had a full roll cage.
Well, no, he wasn't in the street.
Oh,
I
he
asked
wasn't?
him. No.
Oh,
That's
okay.
another class that he runs, and that's on his windshield, but it's not. He didn't. He ran pro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, but there was some other cars there, though, that were running slicks, and they had open headers, and they were running street, because I was up there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, huh.
There was a badass 1970 Granville or Bonneville.
Yeah.
Had a big tire like our car has on it, a green car.
That's, he knows Drag Zine or something like that, Drag Magazine or something like that.
Yeah, so anyhow, this car.
Beautiful car.
It's a boat. This thing's huge, and it ran 1040s, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a badass hot rod. And then there was another one that Luke raced, and Luke comes back and he goes, holy shit, did you see that car?
Yeah.
This thing looked like Grandpa's car, ran like 11 flat.
Yep.
Not my dad, his grandpa, but it was like a
an old man car.
It was a 78 Bonneville, white wall tires on it. And
they
ran
looked
11
like,
flat.
They looked like radials.
Yeah. I don't know. It had to be a drag slick on the back. Had to be.
It
And
looked
rally
like,
2 wheels,
it looked like BF Goodrich's.
center caps, trim rings. I mean, it looked like a stock car.
Yeah, yes. I will say that those Pontiac guys that go to that Pontiac event, there's a lot of great racers in that.
Oh, yeah.
All those classes.
Oh, yeah,
Because
there are.
not only do they cut really good lights, they are very, very consistent with their times.
They are. Those guys are kick-ass racers. There ain't no doubt. And you're going to get there. You know what?
Yep.
Uncle Paul's a kick-ass racer.
Yeah.
So you'll get there.
Well, like I was telling you over the weekend, I didn't give a crap about my reaction time. I was trying to just figure that car out
Right.
and get it down the track.
Right.
You know,
Right.
once I get that figured out, then I can start working on the tree.
Then you can work on your seat time. Yep. But once you get a handle on the tree and figure out how to stage a car, you are all over the place because you're learning. You know.
Well, also trying to do the tranny brake.
Yep.
So that
Yep.
I learned that it doesn't always go up.
Oh, it don't.
Nope. I don't know if it's because I'm not coming off the brake pedal fast enough.
I was
or what.
watching Steve Morris, and he's got a bump box, he called it, on his car. That way, once he puts the tranny brake on, he bumps something.
Yep.
It must be an intermittent, so it takes power away and lets the car move a little bit. And that way, it doesn't lunge like most of those guys do. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, the one where I cut that really good light, I was on the trans brake, and I had it held down, and I lifted the pedal slowly,
Right.
and that's when it rolled, and it kept rolling.
Yeah.
And luckily enough, when it kept rolling, the light turned, and I let go, and I cut that really good light.
Yeah, one of our guys, viewers, said something about that.
A rolling
Said,
start.
How can you have a rolling start and that be legal?
Hey, when you're stage deep enough.
All right?
I didn't break no rules.
Nope.
But that's what I'm saying. It has to be, I'm not coming off the brake pedal fast enough.
It's got to be, yeah. So, yeah, when
And-
you pull up there and you light that first bulb, you probably ought to just, like I was telling you, flicker the second light. Just flicker it. And then hit the tranny brake button and let it take it into the beam.
Well, I'm thinking once I get into that bulb, because it rolls more than you think.
Oh, yeah, I know it does.
So I think it's going to light the second beam.
It will. I've seen it.
So I will just let off the pedal as fast as I can.
So what I mean by flicker that, you come up fast enough where the car does this, whenever you hit the brake, it's like bouncing a little bit.
Yeah, but that car doesn't rock that much, though.
It will, if you come in fast enough.
Well, I was trying not to go in fast. I'll just roll right by him.
Yeah, yeah, he's going to take off before the lights come down.
Yep. I'll have a really good reaction time.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. You'll get a head start.
The 62 did not run this past weekend.
Nope, Uncle Paul didn't get it out this year. His heads are in my shop getting repaired, and he hasn't had the time to work on it. They had a lot of graduation parties this year, and Luke's graduation party, and there was just a lot going on. I mean, they in his defense, they did not have a lot of time.
But
And not to mention, they spent a lot of money on giving graduation money away.
Yep. But no, that trans brake is awesome. I want to learn how to use that to its full potential.
Oh, heck yeah. That's the way.
Especially if we can launch it
you
at
know what? As
4,000
much as
RPM?
I've raced, I've never had a tranny brake, ever. It's all been foot brake.
Oh, I love it.
That's what
I
Uncle Paul
absolutely
said.
love it. Oh, it's so awesome. And as soon as I figure out the light, letting go of that button's a hell of a lot easier once you're already floored and trying to floor
Take
it.
the foot off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So, it's way more better. We're sticking a sticker on the car that says way more better on the back window.
Well, then once you get used to all that, then we're going to put a stick shift in the car, and then you'll be all screwed up
Oh,
again.
yeah, I'll be all screwed up and starting over.
Yep. That's okay.
But, no, the trans brake is freaking phenomenal. I mean, like, feeling the power is just, it's like better than riding a roller coaster.
Huh. Yeah,
'Cause literally
I've never experienced it. I
That
don't know.
car, when it launches, it just goes up. It feels like it just goes up so slow. And then you're not really staring at sky. You're staring straight ahead at the track. And then it just goes boom, boom, and then it just goes.
Huh.
And it's like gently sets it down and goes.
Well, we're going to fix that. We're going to have enough power that it carries the front wheels the whole length of the racetrack.
Hell yeah.
We're not going to have that.
No, that's even better.
Yeah.
That's way more better.
Way more better. See, we're going to need that sticker. Way
Yep.
more better. So work on that, Jaime.
Yep. So, but no. Let's see. Joe might have raced that car in 19 because there's a 2019 sticker on that window.
I thought it was 18 was the last one.
19.
Okay. Well, then he raced at 19 then. I thought it was 18.
Satan's Rage wants to know what year is the Pontiac and what kind of car and how much does it weigh? Well, the weighs we're thinking around 3,800 pounds, somewhere around there.
Yep.
And it's a 71 Le Mans, even though it has a GTO badging on it. But
Yes, Joe put a GTO emblem in the grill, but it's a Le Mans.
I think Dave Bradford said the 455 he sold you, he shifted at 6,200.
Yep. You know, I thought about putting that in the car. I still got it sitting here on the stand. Haven't done anything with it yet, but the only thing is I don't know how many miles are on it, and I don't know how many passes are on it. But I think that engine used to be in that car. And I think Joe Camp ran 1070s of that engine. So I'm pretty sure. And it's got a D-port head on it. Doesn't have a run port head
wow.
on it.
Jason's right. We need to go over the rear brakes. I don't even know if they work.
Why?
Because it feels just like a lot of, like there's been a couple of times where I would run the car past the boards and then I'd let off the gas. And like I said, I wasn't slamming on the brakes, but I was getting on pretty good.
All right.
And when I go around the turn at the end of the track, it's going.
Yeah. Well, Norwalk kind of sucks. They don't have no shutdown area, and it's downhill.
But it just doesn't feel like the rear brakes grab. And I know they're adjusted that way too for burnouts and stuff.
Right.
But
Well, we'll have to jack it up and check it.
yep, well, let's check it. We have time now, so.
Yeah.
So nope, I'm going to document the a lot of the working that we're doing to the car and whatnot.
Well, we had fun. It was safe. You didn't
Yep.
wreck.
Nope.
The car came back in one piece, except, well, multiple pieces,
Yeah.
but we retained them all. They're in the frame.
Yeah, we just got to dig them out.
Right. So we did good. We did real good. And that's a sweet car. I'm glad that I got that from Joe. I didn't know if I wanted to buy that car or not, but I'm glad I did.
No, it's a beautiful car. I really want to lower the back end down just like another inch.
We need to lower the whole car down a little bit.
But I don't know if that's going to mess with the launching of it.
Well, if we do it right, it won't.
No.
All you have to do is move the shock mount where it bolts
Right.
into the mount. So, and then the front, we need to limit the travel on the front end. It's got
Yes.
too much travel right
Way
now.
too much travel.
Yep.
I mean, as you can see, the car's sitting right now. You put an engine, it goes down like 8 inches.
Right. Well, he's got Moroso
Yeah.
trick spring in it, and we're going to probably take those out and put a regular spring in it, and then that way we can control that front end a little better. Because right now it don't need that. It's got a big enough tire on it.
Right. And that spool helps keep it straight.
It's not even about the spool. It's about getting traction. That's why you pitch the weight on the rear tire.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure the spool, though, keeps both tires spinning at the same speed.
Well, it does.
But that picture that Jason picked out shows the wrinkle of the tire, which is awesome.
Yeah, it does. That was a good picture he
Yep.
picked. And I think there is air under the tires. You have to blow it up and you'll see it.
And honestly, I mean, when it got that high, I mean, it's up there, and you can't see the end of the track, but it's not like you're looking at the sky like this. I mean,
Right.
it's just like this.
Not like my old car.
Right.
I was looking at the sky.
But even like if it lifted it up to me, if I feel like the car's going straight, I ain't getting out of it.
Well, as long as it's going straight, you're okay. With a spool, you got to make sure it's going straight because you can't correct it. Buddy of mine, when we were in high school, we had he had a '69 Camaro, and I had a car that Grandpa gave me, a '68 Firebird, and mine was a 400 4-speed, but it had a posi in it. And my buddy Jeff's car was a '69 Camaro, and it only had a 10-inch slick on the back of it, but it had a spool and a 12-bolt. And we went around, where we worked at, we went around the corner there, and I hammered it and pitched the car sideways. He hammered it, went up in the yard.
Yep. The spool is what causes the chirp while turning. Well, I would agree with you, but this was the front
Two
end.
tires around the corner.
The front end on the driver's side dipped down and the passenger side lifted up.
So, and you know what? I trained him for that when he was a kid. We had a go-kart, and it was a racing cart, and I took him to the racetrack, and it was fast. But he'd never been anything fast before. And he come back, and he's all pissed off. I mean, what were you, like 14 years old?
13, 14, yeah.
13, 14 years old. And he's not MFing me, but he wants to in the worst way.
Oh, yeah.
And he's yelling at me, and it was so bad that one of the other dads come over to me and talked to my son. Because he's going around the corner on two wheels. They call it bicycling.
Yeah,
So you know
well-
what? You were trained.
Yeah. Well, because my dad, you know, this is why I drive the way I drive, because he's like, don't let up. Never let up. You just tap the brakes, it'll slow down enough. Well,
Exactly.
I did that around the turn, and it went up like this. And when I let out, it slammed down and broke the seat bracket. They told me to get off the track. I was done racing, and I was pissed off because I almost died.
You did not die. You're still here.
Well, almost.
You weren't even close.
And what's my dad do? Why'd you quit? Well, you didn't see him black flag me? It knocked the air filter off the engine.
Oh, yeah. Yep. He had that thing. It was probably about like that.
It engulfed the aluminum wheels, remember?
Yeah. But that was fun.
Yeah, for you. But yep. So then, riding with my dad and him making me drive, I just drive now. I figure, you know what?
So you know what? He's had a lot of experience driving. Whenever he was a kid, he drove my buddy Walt home from his house when we were building it. Well, no, that was after you were old enough. But he drove back from Norwalk one time. My buddy Dave Rohr, he had a little too much to drink, and of course my son didn't drink, and because he's 14, and I wouldn't let him drink.
Yep.
But anyway, we're at Norwalk, and it's a 2-hour drive. And Dave comes over to me, he's hanging on my shoulder. He goes, I'm drunk. You think your son could drive me home? I said, yeah, I think he'll be all right. So we put him in the truck. It was a big old 4x4 Chevy diesel. He drove all the way home, did good.
Yep, drove all the way home that time. Then we drove out to that crazy guy that builds top fuel cars back in the day to get your flow bench.
Oh, yeah.
I had my temps then, though, but
Yep.
that was all the way down in the hills of Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah. That was at Outlaw Street Rods. Yep.
And kudos to my uncle. He just got that Dodge Ram, and he's like, Brandon, go ahead, drive it. Just so my uncle could drink.
That was fun, though, too.
Yeah, that was fun. Except for you tried to sell me to, like, the Ozzy Osbourne wannabe.
No, I didn't want to try to sell you to him. I just was showing you his he had an
You
alder.
left me in the trailer with all of his shrines.
He had an alder in the back. This guy was a white witch. I didn't know what a white witch was or a black witch, but apparently a white witch is a good one, and a black witch is a bad one. And this guy, he was kind of bizarre. He owned 3 top fuel teams. He owned
really
3
bizarre.
top fuel teams. I mean, that guy, he had some bucks.
He had a nice shop.
Yeah, I mean that guy is the real deal. But yeah, he was a little bit out there.
I only live off
Look
water
at all the
and beer.
experiences I have given
I
you,
know.
son.
And-
you know what? How many people can experience what you've experienced in your short period of time on Earth?
Well, I can't explain to people why I have so much experience.
We tell these stories. Honest to God, I got story after story. These are just a few we're sharing with you. But we have done so many things through our lifetime. It's unbelievable. I mean, I've had too much fun. I never thought I'd ever say that. It's like having too much money, but I've had too much fun. We've had a lot of fun doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
And we met so many good people. And I mean, these people are eccentric. I mean, these guys are like multi-billionaires, and they got these cool things, and they want to share it with us. And somehow we get invited to the parties. I don't know how it happens.
And thank God I didn't go with you to the party.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of fun. Well, you know what? When me and Uncle Paul went back to that guy there's house, did Uncle Paul tell you a story about that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll tell that story another time. But yeah, we almost had to fight our way out of that one.
I can't believe that there's someone smaller than my uncle.
But yeah, we had a lot of fun through the years. All right, guys. Well, you know what? It's getting late.
Yep. 7:42. We gave you a bonus Pontiac one.
Yeah, we wanted to give you guys an update on the Norwalk deal, and we wanted to tear the engine apart and look at it and see what was going on. But
Yep.
it was fun hanging out with you guys tonight. It was really fun hanging out with everybody at the racetrack too. And you know what? We still got everybody hanging out here right now.
Yep.
I mean, we're doing good. So this is a great time for us, and we want to grow our audience. So
Yep.
this is big fun.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you know, thankfully, it looks like my engine block's okay.
Yep.
I gotta get a couple rods from Joe Bass, and I gotta get a piston, maybe two.
Yep.
And
Again, thank you, Joe Bass.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is awesome.
And then we can fix this engine, and we're going to be back at the track before we know it. So
Yep.
it is not a big major deal like I was thinking. The cam looks good. The
Jason
lifters
said
are
so.
good.
2 weeks.
Yeah, not that quick, but
But not only that, it's going to take me longer than that to get everything how I want it. I'm going to have to custom fab some stuff and.
yeah. Well, we're running out of summer here, though. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. So we're going to have to work fast.
Yep.
And when I say we, I mean you and Jason.
Well, the first things first, definitely for sure, moving
Yeah.
the tech.
Yeah. And you know what? I bet you if you asked Dwayne, he would be over here helping you too.
Oh, I'm sure you would be. Yeah.
So, but hey guys, you know what? Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We had a good audience tonight. We
Yeah.
did good. I mean, we were on for a while. Maybe we
were on-
need to extend our time.
We were on for 2 hours, and I think, well, let's see.
So you know what? You guys are helping us grow our channel, which is awesome. And I don't know if we got any more viewers or subscribers tonight, but
We had 63 people at one time watching us.
and like what's that? 246.
That's how many views. So that could have been total. Like, you know, we had
Yeah, but once these guys log
60,
in, isn't that it?
61. No, that's just how many times someone clicked on our video and watched it.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And
So-
our average duration is 22 minutes.
Yeah. So we're doing good.
Yep.
And that helps us. You know, we don't make a lot of money at this channel. Maybe someday, I don't know. But right now, we're lucky to make like $30 a month. But you know what? It helps us buy equipment and do the things we need to do. So
Yes.
because we want to improve your experience. And right now, I'm looking at the cameras and I'm looking at a big black fan and a sheet metal something or another over there. I don't know what the hell that is. And two ugly guys on the other screen with some
Yep.
intake manifolds. So.
Yep.
So yeah, we got to improve on that.
Yeah, we need to get better cameras, and that's the thing. We are upfront and honest. You guys put money into this channel for us, and we will show you exactly what we're spending it on.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm full disclosure. That's, you know what, I seen somebody made a comment on Facebook when I posted this, and they said not very many guys would tell everybody
that was
what's
Perry.
going on. It was Perry. Yeah,
Yep.
You're right. It was Perry. And you know what? I'm full disclosure. Even if it's my fault, I'm going to disclose it. You know what? I've been in business 44 years, and I did that because I treat people the way I want to be treated, and I don't lie to nobody. It is what it is. You know what? The outcome all depends on how the customer treats me. If the customer's an asshole, then you know what? I'm going to throw you out of the shop. But if the guy is saying, you know what, Don, I screwed up and we need to fix this, and I will bend over backwards. That's just the way I am.
Well,
so
for instance, the I don't know if you want to get into it too much tonight, but the guy with that 63 Tempest, the red one, with the cylinder head issue.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to take care of him.
Oh, yeah. You know what? He's got a problem. I'm going to fix it. It's not going to cost him nothing. He's going to actually end up better off than what he was before. So it's just the way I do things. And I've always done it that way. And it's worked for me. My wife sometimes tells me I don't need to do it that way. My employees tell me, you know what, shouldn't do that. But you know what? It works for me. I don't advertise, and we are so freaking busy, I can't keep up. So apparently whatever I'm doing is right.
And BNR Racing, yes, if we can get the car up and going, and if Quaker's going to have a big event, or a 42 even, we'll try to hit the bigger event. We want to impress people.
So Mark Marshall wants us to come down and stay with him, and he's got a drag strip 3 miles away from his house.
Where's he at?
North Carolina.
Oh.
Or South Carolina.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Well, then I know Jamie's going to want to go.
Oh, yeah, she want to go to the beach. I don't know how far he is from the beach, but I know that Jamie will want to go.
Yep.
But you know what? We can load up the campers and the race car trailer, and we can go.
Yep.
Because I got to take campers because I got Abby. I can't stay in Mark's house with my dog. So.
No. She's way too rambunctious, and
I love my dog, but she is
farts
hyper.
a lot.
She don't fart that much, but she sheds a lot.
Yes, Jason. I'll get the videos from Jason. I gotta get videos from my dad. I gotta get videos from Jamie. I think Luke took some videos. So there's plenty of videos of the car and Luke's car that I want to get so we can show you guys.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. So this show was fun for us because we got to share with you guys what we did and what happened, and I didn't get to bust my son's chops as much as I wanted to, only because I think a rod bolt failed. But so I can't totally blame him.
But I take full blame. I over-revved it.
No, you did good. You did good, son. You know what? You might have over-revved it, but maybe only a little bit. Maybe not as much as I thought. I thought it was this much. It might have been this much.
Either way, I still did it. But at the end of the day, I learned from it. I know now that, you know what?
We learned a lot from this.
Yeah.
And that's how you grow. That's how me and Uncle Paul got so good. You know what? When I put Uncle Paul, and I expect this out of you too, and Luke, whenever I get done with him, whenever I put Uncle Paul in the car, we won. We were always in the finals.
No,
always.
that is my ultimate goal.
We were always in the finals.
I want to be in the finals winning.
Yep, and that we will do that.
But I know that it's not going to happen overnight.
No, it isn't.
But it's the faster I can learn that car and what it wants, then I know I can. Once it's instilled in my brain, it becomes habit, and then I'll focus on that tree.
And then we can start.
Then we're winning.
Yeah, we can tweak.
Then we're winning.
So, you got to have full confidence in your old man too.
And I do.
That's what I got. I got to give your Uncle Paul
and that's why
credit
I was trying to explain to you everything that I felt.
Right.
And you know.
So you know what the thing of it is, when you're making 700 horsepower or whatever, 600 horsepower, and the thing's falling off on the big end, it still feels like it's pulling. And he's never experienced that before.
Right.
Even though it's not pulling, I can feel it. It noses over, and that is a special talent. And I think he has it. He just doesn't know it yet. We just got to train him for that.
I never, like
never
with
experienced
my
it.
truck, I drove my truck a lot, and I knew after about 5,800,
it was done.
It's just going like this.
Yeah.
But it was only making 400 horse.
Right.
Now, this is making double amount of horsepower almost.
Well, not double, but it's making at least 200 more.
Yeah, and
so,
you know,
that makes a big difference.
And I've only drove the car 8 times.
And you know what?
So,
whenever you feel a car that makes that kind of horsepower, Joe Bass, I don't know if he's still here or not, but he can attest to this. When you're making 600 plus horsepower on the big end of the racetrack, it feels so good. It sets you back in the seat, and you're feeling the acceleration. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
And the
honestly,
that's what the addiction is. That's why it's like crack. It's actually worse.
I honestly didn't even feel like I was doing 120.
You don't, because it happens so quick.
Well, I mean, even like at the end of the track, when you're going through the traps and you're starting to slow down, and that's when things start catching up with your tunnel vision.
Yeah, right.
And you look and you're like, man, I was going pretty quick. But
if you look out the window, you see good things going like that.
But you don't realize I just did 120 mile an hour through the signs.
Right.
And you're coming up to the end real quick because Norwalk kind of peaks and then it goes down. As soon as you get to the top of the hill, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, well, you know what? You haven't raced a Meander. They're not even open anymore, but that track was even worse. And then when, you never raced at Thompson Raceway, and that one's even worse, which is hard to believe. And they got a cliff at the end. So if you go off the end, you just go down about 40 feet.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. We said it 3 times now. I think it's time to go. What time is it anyway?
It's 7:52.
All right. Hey, thanks for hanging with us. You know what? We got a little long-winded tonight, but it was fun.
It was fun.
Yep. So good night, y'all. Thank you for showing up, and make sure to share this and hit the like button.
Yep.
And subscribe.
Yep. All right, everybody. Have a good week. See you all. Be safe. And
next week.
Talk to you next week.